Hey everybody, Sam Taylor here, Cancer Cure Bus, recording from the MD Anderson Cancer Center in Houston, Texas. Where we left off last episode, I had those tough conversations with my kids, my wife and I. And so the next step was to talk to the employees at my company. As I mentioned before, I'm the CEO of Oriental Trading Company. And the first person I wanted to talk to was Warren Buffett, because on November 27th, 2012, the greatest day in the history of Oriental Trading Company, that's when Berkshire Hathaway acquired us. So we became part of the Berkshire Hathaway family. So the first person I wanted to talk to was Warren. So I scheduled an appointment. My wife and I went over and met with Warren Buffett to talk to him. And just to let you know what an amazing person he is. Best boss ever. Berkshire Hathaway, best company. It's been an amazing experience. It's changed our company forever. And it's changed me. Warren's been a great mentor to me. And my wife and myself, he welcomed us into his office. And the first thing he said is, Sam, you're going to be the Jimmy Carter of Omaha. And this was right before the election. And anytime, Jimmy Carter's name was being thrown around at that point, it usually wasn't in a positive way. And I looked at him, I said, do I want to be the Jimmy Carter of Omaha? And he said, absolutely. Jimmy Carter was diagnosed he had brain cancer. And he said, and now he's cancer free. Jimmy Carter's a man of faith. He has a good heart. And Warren agreed. And he said, look at all the great things that Jimmy Carter and his wife Rosalind are doing around the world. And I agree with that. And so I said, you know what? Yeah, I would love to be the Jimmy Carter of Omaha. And he fought his cancer. He's victorious. He's cancer-free now. He spent 2 hours with my wife Stephanie and myself, taking time out of his busy schedule. He talked about his own personal victory over cancer. He's victorious over his battle with prostate cancer. He talked to me about that, about going through that process, which was great. He talked to us about going through chemotherapy and radiation, and he shared with me what to expect from the process. He said the radiation, there's times where, early on it's not so bad, then there's other times where it's tough, but just hang in there, Sam. I know you can get through it. He says, I know you have the faith. And he said to me, Sam, with faith, family, and the support network that you have, you can do anything. With your faith, your family, and your friends, that's what it was, the 3 F's. The other thing he mentioned to me is, he said, it's going to be harder on your kids than on you. And he said, and it was harder on my kids than it was on me, and my kids are adults. And he knows we have our 3 girls, and he asked about them, and it was I could tell he was very concerned about my family, which meant a lot to me. So we had a really good conversation, and it was very peaceful, calming for my wife Stephanie as well. And he was so sweet with her, and asking about her concerns, and just a very, very positive experience. At the end of that conversation, after 2 hours, I mentioned to Warren that there was going to be a church service in my honor that coming Sunday. And so I invited him. I said, I'd like to invite you there. There's a special church service we're inviting all members of the community to come. People have been fasting and praying for me. I plan to speak, and I would love to invite you to come to that service. And the first thing that Warren said, he said, are your kids going to be there? And I said, yes, my daughters will be there. And that's all he said. And I knew at that moment, I knew he would come. Because I knew from what he had said how it would be hard on my kids. And that was the first thing he said. Because he has not met my daughters. He's met my wife a couple times, but he hasn't met my daughters. And for him to say that and ask if my kids would be there, and I said, absolutely. And we would love for you to join us at that service. And I knew he would be there. And more on that in an upcoming episode. To all of us cancer warriors out there, keep your faith. Stay strong. You will find peace. And you will emerge victorious. Because we're not cancer survivors, we are cancer victors. We will emerge victorious. It's not just for peace, it's V for victory as well. Thank you. God bless you. Until next time.